Hey guys, how's it going? David and I are in Times Square.
Pretty much the center of New York.
So stay tuned and we're gonna show you around. Times Square is one of the most visited areas in the world.
In fact, there's an average of 50 million people who visit this place every year.
And understandably so, this is one of the world's center for economics and entertainment. So they call it Times Square, but actually it's not a literal square. It's more of a bow tie. Right where we're standing is actually where Broadway and 7th Avenue crosses. So yeah, so you get like that little triangle up top and another triangle at the bottom. So it's like a bow tie.
Times Square is also the hub of the Broadway Theater District.
And we all know that Broadway tickets can be really expensive. However, this very stairs, this red bleacher type stairs that we're sitting on right now, it's actually the roof of the TKTS booth, where you can find discounted Broadway tickets. You can probably get a ticket for like 40% off, even 50% off. So it varies, and it depends on Broadway shows. There's usually a long line at TKTS, but you know, if you don't mind waiting around for a couple of minutes, you're guaranteed a cheaper price to see a Broadway show.
If that's too expensive for you still, there are other options. Some theaters offer a lottery system.
Or like a general rush policy or standing room tickets. So it just depends on the show. So the best thing to do is go to playbill.com or check out the show's website itself. Times Square is definitely a mesmerizing place. All the lights on all the billboards. There's so many people, there's so much energy, and visually, there are so much things for your eyes to feast on.
Even the McDonald's is fancy.
And besides all the lights and the billboards in Times Square, there are also oftentimes art installations like the one behind me right now. This is a conceptual work by Mel Chin. On top of that, you'll also find amateur but highly skilled performers all over Times Square. One thing to be aware of when you're in Times Square, there's a whole lot of these costume characters that you can see right there, right behind me. It ranges from Sesame Street to Disney characters to Marvel superhero characters, but there's just something slightly off with them, like Minnie Mouse's bow or her ears are just slightly off. We've literally seen like a Spider-Man with a big belly. So these guys are not part of the Marvel or the Disney franchise branding. They're just independent people. And the funny thing with this, if you see something or like if you see a character and you want to take a photo with them, all their friends will literally jump into the photo and then you're gonna get scammed into having to pay every single one of them about $5 to $10 each. You're willing to pay $10 to take a photo with, let's say, Elsa from Frozen, then all her friends are gonna be in the photo, like Minnie Mouse, Elmo, and all the other friends that they have here, and then you're gonna end up having to pay $30 to $40 for that one photo. So something to keep in mind.
Also, one thing you want to try to avoid when you're in Times Square is eating at the food chain restaurants right here. They're overpriced and it's not much different than eating over in a restaurant at your hometown. The best idea is to go about 2 avenues over where you actually get a New York experience and try maybe foods that you're not normally used to eating. So if this is your first time in New York, you definitely want to make Times Square the first place you visit.
This area is a great place to take a photo so that way you can brag about your trip to your friends. And actually where we're standing, that building right behind us, right there, that is the building where they do the ball drop during New Year's Eve. So it's a great place to get a good shot of Times Square. So distracted.
I'm paying attention to
I know, I get so distracted, I get so ADD.
Yeah.
Well, that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. And if you like this video or you learned something new, make sure to give us a thumbs up.
And if this is your first time watching our videos, make sure you hit the subscribe button below and also the notification icon so you get alerts whenever we post new videos.
See you guys next time.